presentation of DRG Media Group Sports.
Presentation of Pierre Governor Athletics is proudly presented by Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Tickets, Overhead Door, Ranky Gray Wealth Management, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Ruger Contracting, Century Business Products, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Dakota Marks, Access Health, May Adam, TMA, Avera Health, Graham Tire, Slumberland Furniture and Pier, American Bank and Trust, Pier Regional Airports, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Ramkota Hotel, Xander Auto Parts, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, Bauman Lumber, Wegner Auto, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And now DRG Media Group proudly presents Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Well, and thank you very much, and a good Saturday afternoon, everybody. It's Brian Oakland back on the air as we bring you Pierre Governor Volleyball. For the first time in 2 weeks, in fact, the Governor Volleyball team will be on the court. The last time they played, a victory in 4 sets over the T-Area Titans. That was at Riggs High Gym. Today, they ventured to the Metro. They'll take on the Brandon Valley Lynx. We welcome you to Brandon, as it is Brandon Valley 5-9 on the season, taking on the 5-5 Pierre Governors, and your official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com. With Caleb Brozick at side, he'll run camera for our friends at Live Ticket, who will do the honors. You can watch this game as you hear it on the River 92.7 page of DRGnews.com or on your DRG News smartphone app. This match is also available through the GoGovs.live website. And with William Wilson back in studio running the show, we bring you Governor Volleyball for the first time in a while here today. As we'll begin with a 3-minute break, but we'll come back and get into pre-match coverage of this one. Of course, that takes us around the state in our State of Volleyball segment.
No matter what life throws your way, from home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good
conversations. Keys to success with both the coaches featured.
Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein
lineups and more. That all comes up as we begin with our Bank West pregame show from Bank West for the best. In 3 minutes, you're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on your official home of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, Bank West has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. Bank West associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose Bank West. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Just a job. Beck Motor Company is seeking a dedicated and skilled general service technician to join our dynamic team. If you're passionate about automotive service and looking for a rewarding career, we want to hear from you. 2 to 4 years required minimum related experience and or training. Flag rate or hourly options available, 401k, free individual health insurance, paid leave, a company cabin in the Black Hills, on-site gym, and more. Contact Dave Lemieux at 605-224-5912 or stop by Beck Motors for more information.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to DakotaStormRoofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
The Governors this season, and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today. Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as a basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 an hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 3. That's 833-605-5483, extension 3, and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports, from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to Brandon. Brian Oakland ready to go with play-by-play coming up. It's our Bank West pregame show, but this game coverage also brought to you within our broadcast by Bauman Lumber, who sponsors our video stream that you can find once again on the drgnews.com app and also at drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page. Sponsoring also include Gales Gas Service, sponsoring our Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Cowboy Country Stores will give you the player of the game later on in the postgame, in addition to our Hermanson Endodontics big play of the broadcast. This game sponsored in part as well by Family Dental Offices, Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial, Coca-Cola Bottling, Comtech, and Virotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Consumer Protection Division, Central Dakota Eye Care, and by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, who remind us as we are on the road, remember to buckle up every trip, every time. That reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, who celebrates being a part of a team. We take a look now as the Pierre Governors come into this match at 5-5. They played 20 matches over the course of the regular season, so obviously they're halfway through. And even after a long layoff, a couple of weeks, it's as if the season is starting again. Well, essentially the second half of their season begins officially today with match number 11. But the Govs at 5-5, the 5 teams they beat are 5 teams that are in the bottom half of the standings, so they don't have the strength of schedule to help themselves out. Pierre coming in right now to today's action in the 14 seed. Looking right up at Brandon Valley, who at 5-9 is the 13 seed. Brandon Valley seems to be, I would call him an enigma of sorts. The record isn't that great, but they play a tough schedule, obviously, as we talk about teams in the Metro Conference generally do play a tough schedule, and they just play even at an elevated rate, and we'll see if the Governors can play well against a Brandon Valley team that's been playing a lot of matches this week. But again, even though they have been on a bit of a skid, they have been playing some pretty good volleyball this week. Earlier in the week, on Thursday night, we take a look at some scores. Brandon Valley's last time out, they went up to Aberdeen Central, in fact, but the Golden Eagles were a 26-24, 25-13, 25-15 winner. And according to some in the Brandon Valley circles, they just don't feel like they handled the long road trip that well on Thursday night. So here they are on their home court, ready to take on the Pierre Govs. Meanwhile, Sioux Falls Roosevelt beat Mitchell in 4 sets Thursday. Harrisburg over Sioux Falls Jefferson in straight sets, 19-22 and then 26-24 in that last set. But Harrisburg has been playing, as we understand, without, maybe they had her back, but the young Samuels girl, who is the setter on that team. Harrisburg, the top team, still unbeaten. Jefferson's right up near the top of the standings, though, but Harrisburg still asserted their dominance in that one. Sioux Falls Lincoln got a sweep over Huron on Thursday night. Meanwhile, Douglas beat Sturgis out west in 4 sets. It was Sioux Falls Washington sweeping T area, and Brookings fell to Marshall, Minnesota over across the border. A couple of tight ones, but they got beat pretty handily in the second one. That was a 3-set sweep for the Marshall, Minnesota Tigers. Meanwhile, weekend volleyball has had Watertown playing in Marshall, Minnesota this weekend at Southwest Minnesota State. They got a couple of wins over smaller schools last night. They've picked up a couple more wins over smaller schools today. Other action still has Watertown with one more match coming up in that tournament at Marshall, Minnesota today. Meanwhile, in addition to Pierre and Brandon Valley, Mitchell is hosting Spearfish and Douglas, and they're playing a triangular throughout the afternoon. In Sioux Falls, it's Lincoln hosting Jefferson. Pretty good match there. And also O'Gorman playing at number 1 Class A, Sioux Falls Christian. That should be another good matchup to look forward to from a AA standpoint, plus Class A today. The week ahead has the Governors back in action on the road at Huron on Tuesday. That'll be our next Governor Volleyball broadcast for you. After tonight, we'll be talking about our upcoming schedule a little bit later on today as well. Brookings will go to Sioux Falls, Jefferson, Watertown at Roosevelt. It'll be Washington hosting Lincoln Tuesday night, while Aberdeen goes to T-Area. And Spearfish and Sturgis renew acquaintances once again out in Sturgis on Tuesday evening. Then on Thursday night, upcoming schedule in AA has Pierre going, let me take that back. Thursday night, Pierre goes to Harrisburg. So the Governors are going to be back here in the Metro against the top team in the state on Thursday night. Brandon Valley will next play after tonight at Yankton, also on Thursday nights in the week ahead. The standings right now as we have them do have Harrisburg at 12-0. They're the number 1 team. Sioux Falls Jefferson was unbeaten until they lost to Harrisburg just the other night. They're 9-1. The 2 seed, Sioux Falls Washington 9-2. O'Gorman at 8-3, and then Sioux Falls Roosevelt with their 10-6 mark. Those are the top 5 teams in the state. And remember the Spearfish Spartans. They are now 13-5, and they are now number 6 in the power rankings. And Spearfish playing real good volleyball over the course of the season. Watertown is now 12-4 in the 7th spot. Aberdeen Central at 8-4. The Governors will host Aberdeen next Saturday, in fact, in the afternoon. The back half of the top 16 have Rapid City Stevens, Brookings, Sioux Falls Lincoln, and Rapid City Central in the 12th spot. We mentioned Brandon Valley at 5-9 is in the 13th spot. The Governors are 5-5, ranked number 14 in the power rankings right now. Huron, the Govs' next opponent, is right now number 15 with a 4-9 mark, followed by Douglas in the 16 ranking. Yankton, Mitchell, Sturgis, and T-Area still looking for their first win. They're now 0-15. Of course, the Governors' last game was against T-Area 2 weeks ago today, but T-Area on the bottom looking up at everybody else. There's your state of volleyball in Class AA. Let's take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll come back. We'll get into coaches' conversations, keys to success from Central Dakota Eye Care coming up next. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball on River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
This is Coach Scott Nye from your Pierre Governors and the team at Ranky Gray Wealth Management, where we focus on coaching something just as important, your finances. Everyone needs guidance through life's key financial decisions and challenges, not to mention the opportunity to feel confident that their retirement strategy will help them pursue the lifestyle they've dreamed about. As you're looking for the right team to assist you, we're right up the street and ready to provide you the help that can make all the difference. Contact our Pierre office today by visiting rankygray.com.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. search for local job openings, and apply at avera.org/careers.
All right, the Governor Girls Volleyball squad is back in action after a 2-week layoff. Here we go with Keys to Success and Carrie Wheelhouse, the head coach. And yeah, Coach, 2 weeks. It's almost like you're starting your season all over again. And in a way, you are. I mean, the first half is done after a victory over T Area a couple of weeks ago today. So I guess I've been away. I don't know what you guys have been up to. What's going on the last couple of weeks?
I know I was going to say also welcome back. We planned that perfectly for you, Brian. Yeah, the last 2 weeks we had a week, homecoming week, and got to do some community stuff where we, worked with the Little Govs program. So anybody kindergarten through 6th grade came in and the girls worked with them and got to teach them. And then we went down and worked with our middle school program and then just got to enjoy our homecoming and let the girls be high school students and enjoy the homecoming festivities. So it was nice to have that and then come back this week and have an entire full 5 days to really focus on getting ready to go. And like you said, it is like the season's starting all over again. The girls have that fire. Like, I missed playing. I really want to play. I'm ready to be back on the court. So they came back with a renewed sense of energy, and we're looking forward to today's game.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that, just hearing about it. You talk about working with youth and things like that. And I mean, that seems to me, as I hear that, it seems to me like a great way to maybe learn new things on your own by teaching others as well.
Yeah, that was one of the things, we really wanted that because you do learn a lot from teaching somebody else. And so the girls have to go back and how do you teach somebody who's never passed a ball how to pass a ball, and how do we get them to start with those fundamentals. So working on that and then coming back in the gym and working on the fundamentals ourselves, it got them kind of to see it from a different perspective. And now as you prepared for this one, a pretty good week of practice you were talking about here. Brandon Valley is a team that obviously it's another Metro team. It's a 5-9 team. They're a lot better than their record indicates, but still a team that you probably should be able to compete pretty well with. Yeah, we hope we can compete with them. They played some tough teams this week. They had Aberdeen and then they had Harrisburg and played pretty good against Harrisburg, but they're a really young team. They only have one senior on their team. They're playing a lot of juniors, a lot of sophomores, so we can hope that we can take advantage a little bit of that and use our knowledge on the court to kind of find those holes that they have in their defense and then really kind of get aggressive after them on serve receive. But this is one of the teams, as young as they are, they might be one of the most athletic teams you play, and that is that translates to quickness in the back row, but probably as good of a leaping ability as anybody you'll see all season. Yeah, they have some pretty big girls in the front and some pretty, like you said, athletic girls that can get up and hit the ball. So we just have to be ready with our blocks, and then really the other key is to make a move on serve receive. Try not to serve right to them, serve at the seams. If we can get them to move their feet, they typically don't pass as well as if we would serve right to them. And from what we've seen already in the JV match, a couple of hard-fought games, but losing at 0-2, it just reminds us that, you get it to a point later in a game, and it's time to finish. And, you kind of got to fight through anything that's telling you you're not supposed to win this game. So stay aggressive to point 25 and beyond. Yeah, and we're changing things up a little bit today so that we can hopefully come out a little more aggressive, because we've always been finishing aggressive and coming back even when we're down so far. So I'm hoping that we can start a little further ahead and then continue to fight right away, or fight all the way to the end, and kind of come out with these 2 wins. All right, Coach, good to see you again. Good luck today. Good to see you. Carrie Wheelhouse, the head coach of the Pierre Governors. That's her coach's comments and keys to success in this matchup with the Brandon Valley Lynx. Brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care. In Pierre, we'll step aside here from CDE, and we speak with Lynx head coach Marette Grage when we return with more keys to success. This is Governor Volleyball.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye? Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marso of Central Dakota Eye Care. Along with providing comprehensive eye exams evaluating vision and health of your eyes, we now offer IPL dry eye treatments. OptiLight IPL is a new innovative light therapy treatment for dry eye and is FDA approved. Also available at our clinic are dry eye products and supplements. Call us today, 224-6128 for more information and to schedule an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
Our keys to success continue. We're with Marette Grage, the head coach of the Brandon Valley Lynx. And Coach, you continued this season we've talked in years past about how you've got this up and up thing going on, and I think, and I've seen that over the course of this season, some really nice performances, although I think you've hit kind of a tough spot, and some really tough opponents in Jefferson and Harrisburg and even Aberdeen on a long road trip. Your last match on Thursday it was, I believe, and they got you pretty good. But I still feel, maybe you do too, you can correct me if I'm wrong, like you're set to do some pretty good things coming down the stretch now here in the second half of the season.
Yes, I would agree. Our first half of our season is very competitive, and start out and play Harrisburg right away. We've already played them twice.
Sure.
And then so we played Jefferson and Lincoln. But yeah, we've had a tough season, some tough breaks, but we're still learning, still trying to get better every week. We feel October will be a good month for us with our schedule and just building on it. Still working on connections, still working on cleaning up our game a little bit and trying to take control of the game right out of the gate. We kind of sometimes struggle starting and playing a little bit of a roller coaster game. So we're looking to clean that part of our game up and just have some more consistency.
And still with a group that doesn't have any seniors, maybe one senior I think you've got on this team. So I don't know that the chemistry is the issue at this point of the season, but with the things you say you're still working on, maybe that is still part of it. And maybe the other thing is just looking to see who that, the one or two real leaders on the court are going to be.
That's correct. And it just depends on the match. We have different leaders, different games that lead us in kills. But our errors seem to be the ones that we make on ourselves that seem to be the problem that we need to clean up. But so just working through that and just playing better defense mostly.
Depends on the match, maybe depends on the matchup too. Here you got a Pierre team coming in that hasn't played in quite a while, so I'm sure you're facing a hungry bunch and a good challenge for you.
Yes, I've watched some film on Pierre, and they're just a strong defensive team. They do a great job at just keeping the ball alive, and they got a strong middle, number 16, so she's a go-to for them. But just overall, they just appear to have really good team chemistry and play well together and keeping the ball alive.
These matches that we play, I mean, it's not like the old ESD days where you play everybody 2 times a season. It's just one and done, and maybe you see them in the postseason. Does that kind of make it a little bit tougher to game plan this time? At this time of the year, I know it's been a long time since the old schedules have gone away, but what is how much time do you spend on each opponent as you have coming up in the season?
This is our third game this week, so we're just kind of trying to keep ahead a little bit. We're really focusing on our side of the court and what we can do to play our best. I feel like we're a very strong offensive team when we're on. So and that's just where we have to focus on, doing a good job of just playing our game, being good blockers, reading good defense, and being consistent on our serves and passes. So that's where we need to focus, and we feel we can hang with anybody if we clean our side up.
Okay, so keys to success. You talked about errors earlier, and I imagine a lot of those are effort errors that you're okay with, even though you'd like to get your hitting percentages down. Is it other mental things that kind of lead to some downfalls as well? Is that key to success today?
Yeah, sometimes, sometimes they get down on themselves and have a hard time getting out, but we're working on that part of our game. We're very athletic. We just have to believe in ourselves and believe in each other and play together.
All right, Coach, sounds like the Governors in a nutshell. Appreciate your time. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Brett Grage, the head coach of the Brandon Valley Lynx. Comments, once again, in Keys to Success are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Just a minute left in our pregame countdown here at the arena at Brandon Valley High School. Let's go into our starting lineups real quick. Starters are brought to us by Envirotech in Pierre. And for the Lynx, the home team on the schedule, and on this one today, Raya Sheely is the junior at 5'7", who will lead the way in the setting department. She'll set up for the hitters. They include junior Abby Gruber, a 5'10" middle and outside hitter. Jayana Stroh is a 5'9" outside hitter. And she's got the leaping ability that we know about. Jayana actually is a 4-time now Class AA defending state high jump champion. So watch out for Jayana Stroh on the outside. Ashley Erdelt is a 6-foot middle hitter, just a sophomore, so she'll provide some size and presence, as will Kennedy Boomsma, a 6-foot sophomore in the middle. But the only senior on the squad is Jana James, a 5'5" defensive specialist, in fact, so she'll kind of lead the way in the back row, along with their libero, Maya Van Weston, a 5'6" sophomore. So with Van Weston, it is Gruber, Stroh, Sheely, James, Ertl, and Boomsma out there, the starting lineup. Alexis Vanderham, a junior, also Logan Torgrud, a sophomore, Logan McGuire, a freshman, will get on the court at times as well. For the Brandon Valley Lynx, 5-9 on the season, head coached by Marette Grage, assisted by Cody McGuire, Mallory Husher, Alyssa Hamer, and Brianna Kasmarinsky. Starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech. For the Governors, we'll sneak them in. Ellie Browers is the primary setter, a 5'7" senior. Sloan Waldron will set at times as well, a 5'7" junior. Hadley Hart starts as a 5'6" defensive specialist. Savannah Fullerton in the middle up front, a 5'8" senior. J.C. Bauer, 5'10", off outside hitter. And we'll give you the rest of the starters later. Let's pause for 90 seconds. We're back with more.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. When you're looking for a new vehicle, they make it easy. Giving all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop in to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Every day you share personal information about yourself with others. You may write a check, charge fuel, rent a car, mail your tax return, schedule a doctor's appointment, or post something on social media. Each transaction may share some sort of personal information such as bank or credit card account numbers, social security numbers, name, address, or phone number. There are unscrupulous individuals, identity thieves, targeting these routine transactions trying to gain your information to commit fraud. If you think someone has stolen your identity, contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
Great job on our national anthem. Just finishing up and back with the continuation and the conclusion of our Envirotech starting lineups. Let's run them down for the Governors once again. Apologize for the briefness and the interruption that we had and had to cut them off earlier. At any rate, 5'7" senior Ellie Browers, the primary setter. Sloan Waldron, the 5'7" junior, will set. Hadley Hart roams the back row at a defensive specialist and 5'6". Middle hitter, including Savannah Fullerton, a 5'8" senior, back in action. Today, a 5'10" outside hitter, J.C. Bauer, will get the job done, hopefully, for the Governors as well. She's a senior. Addison Soma will set and hit at times, a 5'9" senior. And Campbell Cronin in the middle at 5'11", the middle hitter, the senior for the Governors. With Grace Hanton, the libero, the 5'8" senior. For the Govs, it'll be Browers, Waldron, Hart, Fullerton, Bauer, Cronin, and Soma, or some combination thereof. We'll see Kira Gossman, a 5'7" outside hitter. Ava Swenson, a 5'5" defensive specialist. Maybe Allie Keys as well, a 5'8" sophomore in the middle for the Governors. And head coach Carrie Wheelhouse, assistant coaches Chloe Kaiser, Kim Byerly, and Peyton Gall. Starting lineups from Envirotech in Pierre. And we heard from the South Dakota Attorney General's office and their Division of Consumer Protection. They give us the law on the court. Our game officials today at the net will be Julie Ortman and Janelle Viss. And in the lines, in the corners, it'll be Randy Bosch and Robert Hirsch. We thank them for doing the job, which is often a very thankless job in officiating high school sports. Julie Ortman, Janelle Viss, Randy Bosch, and Robert Hirsch. Today's game officials are law on the court from the South Dakota Attorney General's office and their Division of Consumer Protection. It's time to serve it up. Our opening serve is brought to you by Comtech in Pierre. We hear from them, and we're playing some volleyball. Finally, for the Governors after a 2-week layoff, next here on River 92.7.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Comtech Communication and Electronic Sales and Service on the bottom of the truck route in Pierre, giving us our opening serve here today. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play, Caleb Brozick on camera for Live Ticket, William Wilson running the show in studio. And yes, I admit I've been on vacation for about a week and a half. I appreciate Justin Cowart running a couple of football games along with John Calda for me, and if I happen to speak with an Italian accent from time to time, I how you say, apologize. It's been a long time coming since we get back. In fact, I didn't even want to come back, to be honest with you. It was quite a trip across the pond. At any rate, Governors are ready to go. As we watch this one, you're going to see both teams wearing black jerseys primarily. The Liberos will be in white. Brandon Valley deciding to shake things up a bit, but it'll be the Governors in the far court serving in our direction with the green numbers and trim. Brandon Valley has white numbers and red letters, red cuffs on their black jerseys down in front of us. They'll serve near court to far. Addison Soma will serve first as the Governors have changed things up a little bit in that lineup. Soma will provide us with our Comtech opening serve today, playing the best 3 out of 5. Governors who have had their struggles but do come into this one off of a victory over the T-Area Titans the last time they played. Soma's Comtech first serve is across the net, and it is down. It hits the top of the tape, and then Addy just gets this one to fall. And the Governors strike first with an ace. I don't know if you can try that again. This is a good line drive. Brandon Valley trouble in making the play, but a great setup by Sheely and a good swing. Here's a push to the back row, and that is good. The push by the Governors to our near right side corner. And I didn't see who that was. It might have been J.C. Bauer. I'm going to give credit to Bauer on the kill on that one. The Governors have the first 2 as Soma serves it up. And a good pass to the center. This time the Governors get a block. Over on the left side, it's kept alive by Kennedy Boomsma. Free ball out from the back row. Across the way to the Govs. Here's Ellie Browers taking a swing, but that one is blocked and defended. Now Brandon Valley with a tap over the Governor frontline defense. Swing on the back row. Brandon Valley tried to dig it. It is out of bounds. Pierre thinks they have the point. I didn't see it. Did they get it? Okay. So the swing on the left side of the Governor front line for Bauer. And the Govs with 3 in a row. The near side line judge said that ball was out, but apparently there was a touch up front. Now Brandon Valley swinging in the middle, trying to angle one to the left side. That's no good, and here the Governors are off to a fine start with Addison Soma serving in a 4-0 lead. Soma pulls the string on this one, lobs it across. Brandon Valley in the front row, but they'll mistime the set, and the attempt by Jayana Stroh. All she could do was try to tap it, but she taps it on the way down. And it stays in the net. Now 5 in a row to start for Pierre. As the Lynx will play it up. Jana James, they get it to Boomsma from the setter, Sheely. Soma setting to the outside this time, and Brandon Valley can't keep it alive. J.C. Bauer scores again. And Addison Soma serving and setting off to a good start. 6 in a row for the Govs. Brandon Valley not trying to stop the momentum just yet. They'll try to play their way out of it. There's a good left-handed attempt by Gianna Stroh. A little bit of a redirect out of the reach of Hadley Hart up from that front row. So a 6-0 start for the Governors until Stroh gets her first to score for Brandon Valley. Don't see very many quick starts for the Governors. This is a team that's been playing from behind in many of the games that they have played. Now a good serve, the first one of the day for the Lynx, and Alexis Vanderham, the junior, off the bench, rotating in, and she got that one to right away from the Governor back line, and that's a service ace. So the Lynx come back with a single of their own. Now Hanton plays the next one up, right back to the net. And waiting to pounce is Ashley Ertl, who will slam it home. And it is 6-3 Brandon Valley with 3 very quick points coming right back after the Governor scored the first 6 of this match. Hanton plays this one a little bit better. Browers will set it up, but it's a free ball out by the Governors from Sloan Waldron. Back set going to Brandon Valley, but they'll miss off the net, and Ertl just could not get the good hit this time. Third error for the Lynx, and the Governors will take it back as they lead 7-3. Serving on the far end of the floor, here comes Savannah Fullerton. Up the middle, that one shimmies over the net, kept alive by the libero, and a good job there by Van Weston, but the Governors have it back. And the swing by Bauer. Didn't have much on it, but Brandon Valley unable to make a play. They had a bit of a mishit on the first attempt, and then Van Weston on the back end line tried to run it down unsuccessfully. 4 kills for J.C. Bauer, and 8-3 the Governor score, but it'll be a net violation here. Governors on the serve. Govs lead 8-4. Brandon Valley has it back, and again serving from middle as they set up their offense for Abby Gruber. And the 5'10 junior hammers one home to the back right corner. Brandon Valley staying tough, and they've outscored the Govs now 5-2, in fact, since Pierre was spotted a 6-0 lead. Ertl, that one rides up high on Waldron, and that'll be an ace. Maybe Sloan, if she had enough time to get out of the way of that one, maybe that one would have gone long, but again, when in doubt, and we've talked about this before, when in doubt, make a play on it. The Governors have let a lot of serves and other hits go when they thought maybe they were going to be long, and they weren't. Here with a good swing coming back, but Brandon Valley defends, and now the Lynx will get a tip from the left side that goes for Logan Torgrud. 5'6 sophomore. Torgrud and her family not very long ago lived in Pierre, and Logan kind of grew up in the Pierre volleyball program. Now a sophomore here at Brandon Valley. Next serve, however, for the Lynx will miss as Ertl leaves one in the net, and we've got a 9-7 updated score, so that was 4 in a row run off by Brandon Valley. J.C. Bauer checking out. Into serve is Ava Swenson. Ava, who has started in serve for much of the season. Brandon Valley gets the bump set spike out on the left side, and this one works for Abby Gruber, her second kill, and that's a quick one and done for the Govs. 8 serving 9. Brandon Valley will rotate. This is freshman Logan McGuire now, using the right side of the service line. Swenson plays it up. Ellie Browers outside, and the tap down the line. Our right side, the Governor left side, and that's Kira Gossman scoring. And the service is the set assist rather from Ellie Browers, and Pierre will counter a one and done of theirs with a one and done for Brandon Valley. Browers now to serve. 10 serving 8, and Brandon missing this time. And a good 1-2-3 setup for Gruber, but Abby, who had the first 2 down, misses this time, and Pierre adds to the lead. It's 11 serving 8. Far court to near. And Weston had to go low to play the Browers serve. Pierre gets a block touch, and a good job by Hanton to get it high up in the air, but Pierre has to free ball it back this way. Now up front, Sheely to the backside. Gruber is blocked. She keeps it alive. And then Pierre was able to dig one up from Grace Hanton. Now back to the Brandon Valley side. Bump pass up high from Van Weston. Here's Swenson to the knees, but Pierre crosses the line. Swenson had a nice dig, but the Governors up front. Somebody, I think, crossed the line. The net never really rattled. But Janelle Viss on the floor saw somebody, and I think Carrie Wheelhouse is wondering who was it. Here's first floor error. Gives Brandon Valley the lead back now. All right, take that back. The serve back. It's 11-9 Pierre. Governors get one back. They'll tap it across. Now the Lynx have it again. Swinging left side. The Governors get a block, and it's Campbell Cronin. Campbell hasn't had a swing yet, but here she gets a block point. First of those in this match, and that's another one and done for Brandon Valley. The Governors lead by 3 again. 12 serving 9. Grace Hanton's turn to serve, coming this way. Shealy has to run down that first pass. Governors get a good touch, good set dig up there. Get it up in the air. Gossman cleared it away. Fullerton got it back, but couldn't put it home with 2 hands. Now a long swing out on the left side for Gianna Stroh, as she will miss. Brandon Valley, Coach Marette Grage talked about the errors that have been plaguing them for much of the season. We are starting to see that a little bit here. About half of the points for the Governors, as they lead 13-9, have been recorded. I take that back. 5 errors on the floor for the Lynx. And again, effort errors for the most part. A little tapper here, but Browers is there to cover it up. Soma will set it back. Fullerton redirects on the tip. There's a good swing here for Brandon Valley. They got themselves in system. Ball went across the net a handful of times on that volley, but they just took the one chance for system for Abby Gruber to put one home. Gruber very good at swinging on the run. 10 serving 13. Here come the Lynx. Van Weston sends it across right up the middle. Browers at the first one. Fullerton clears away with feet on the floor on the left side, and a chance for Stroh. That was an opportunity to see the leaping ability of Gianna Stroh. Unfortunately for Stroh, she misses it, tried to hook it down the line. Kept it inside of the antenna, but does miss. Gianna is yet to get one to go yet. 13, make it 14-10. Brandon Valley's last 3 serves have been of the one and done variety. Now Hadley Hart serving for the Governors. Lefty gets it in. Hadley stares down the shot and is able to dig it back up here as to free ball it away. Last touch by Soma. Here come the Lynx then. And the chance for Shealy, who took a swing on the right side. Shealy now setting back, and here comes Stroh again. The Governors block her. Brandon Valley gets another opportunity. Shealy swings again. Nothing doing there. Browers sends a second push back. Nice run down by Van Weston. Now Stroh, not much on that one. Here come the Govs again. This is Bauer down our right sideline. No good as Brandon Valley defends that. Now Bauer gets the first touch once again. Soma, right side for the Govs. Didn't get anything on that. Now another swing, and the Governors are blocking yet again. We play on, and we play on again. The Pierre Governors put it back. Now Brandon Valley tries to get a second touch over. Nothing there. Bauer on a line drive set from Browers is good. A volley that seemed to take about 5 whole minutes. J.C. Bauer finally gets her 5th kill of the afternoon. 15-10. That's a good time for a timeout for Brandon Valley. What a point scored by the Governors. They're playing well so far after a 2-week hiatus. They lead 15-10. Our first timeout in this match is brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre, as are all of our Coca-Cola timeouts. We take 30 and we're back with more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Agency LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Potter County Battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan and is focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Battlers, from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills.
Back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Concerned for 2 full weeks. Coach Kerry Wheelhouse said they're ready to go. They've changed some things up as far as their lineup is concerned, and just you talk about a big, long volley point that they just were able to collect before that timeout as we are back at it. We'll mention more on that in just a bit. Pierre defending as Grace Hanton Was expecting a hot shot. It was more of a soft line drive. It went up high on Hanton. Unable to make a play. Jayana Stroh will pick up a kill out of that timeout. Long points like that, if you win them, it's a big momentum boost, usually. If you lose them, it is a knife in the heart is basically what it feels like. And that was a good timeout for Brandon Valley. But here the Lynx coming out battling. Ashley Ertl against Savannah Fullerton. Fullerton gets a redirect as Ertl is in the net. That'll be a net violation and a point to the Governors. As Brandon Valley continues to struggle scoring points while they have the serve. Here's Stroh out on the right side. That one hits the net. And then Browers was there in the front. Hart calls for the feed on the floor. Return. Governors block, and this is good. An ace block for Savannah Fullerton. And the Governors score a service point. Pierre leads 17-11 here. First set on the way to 25. And Addison Soma is serving. Down the right sideline, our left as we're watching this one. Swinging from the right to the Lynx. Kennedy Boomsma block. Now Boomsma comes back along with Ertl, and they block J.C. Bauer. Bauer calls one off, bumps one across. The Lynx will attack. They'll get a little tip. Nothing there. Coming up once again, Bauer blocked. This time by Ashley Ertl. J.C. Bauer didn't really have good timing on that one from the set pass, but Ertl, who has an ace, now has a block and a kill, one of each here in this first set. 17-12. The Governors lead, that 6-point advantage they had at 17-11, the biggest lead for either team in this game. In fact, it matches the 6-0 lead that the Governors had to start on their opening service run. Sloan Waldron leading one here, and Bauer swings from the middle. Didn't put much on that, but didn't need to. It's off the block, and it ricochets to the left. And once again, Pierre will collect the serve back. Brandon Valley, I think on their last 5 service runs, have only collected 1 service point all told. And they'll swing long this time. Stroh missing this one, or was that nope, it's number 9, Logan Torgrud. The Lynx have 8 hitting errors in this first set. That certainly helped the Governor cause. Fullerton serves in a 19-12 lead. Now the biggest lead of the day so far for the Govs, but Savannah goes a little bit long this time. Governor's second service error in set number 1. 19-13. One of the last things we talked with Coach Wheelhouse about is finishing games, and we'll see if the Govs, after getting off to a great start here in this one, can finish set number 1. Hot shot right side. Campbell Cronin, no, that's J.C. Bauer who swung and was defended. J.C.'s out on the left side here, and this one will be dug to the scorer's table. No play for Brandon Valley. J.C. Bauer does it again. Oddly enough, Campbell Cronin has not been swinging for the Govs so far here in game 1. It's been Bauer who comes out as her rotation spot comes to the serve. That'll bring Ava Swenson in, Bauer out, but J.C. with 7 kills unofficially so far here in game number 1. 20-13, Swenson on to serve for Pierre. Brandon Valley returns, and this one by, according to Randy Bosch, is on the end line. And Abby Gruber back in there up front. She enjoys that spot on the left side, and she uses that sideline very well. Abby is leading the Lynx with 4 kills, 20-14 Govs. Hatton plays the next serve up. Logan McGuire. Free ball out by Kira Gossman. Brandon Valley will bump a pass out. Gossman has the first touch on the 2-hand return, then loses her footing. And then they say this one is wide of the antenna. That's a tough view, I think, by the line judge. I wasn't so sure that was the case, but a second error, only the second error for the Govs in this first set. The lead is cut back to 5, but make it 4 as a service ace here by McGuire. We'll make it 20-16, and the Governors will take their first Coca-Cola timeout here in game number 1. So now Brandon Valley scoring 3 in a row all of a sudden. We've got a 4-point first set. Coca-Cola timeout from Coca-Cola Bottling and Pierre. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
With medical clinics.
The Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at dancingsky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
116 Pierre. At first I was thinking, yeah, Gruber took advantage and was able to put that home. I saw the net rattle, but it wasn't registering until they actually said, nope, it was a net violation. Pierre tries one to the back corner, no good. Brandon Valley with some good scrambling. Now they'll tap again. There's Campbell Cronin. A tap on a set assist for Ellie Browers, and Campbell Cronin finally scores her first offensive point of this first set. The Govs have 2 block points, one of which came from Cronin. 22-16. Browers serving, but hitting it a little bit long. Serving error number 3 for the Governors. They lead 22-17. Trying again to finish game 1 as Stroh checks in to go up front. Alexis Vanderham out of the back row and rotating back to serve for the Lynx is senior Jana James. And the Lynx are in the net once again. Cronin redirecting the power tap. Campbell checking out. And libero Grace Hanton will rotate to serve in Savannah Fullerton. She'll come back in up front. It's 23-17 Governors, and the Lynx are going to use their second and final timeout here in game number 1. Another Coca-Cola break in the action. The Governors with 2 to go, trying to claim game number 1. When we return in 30 seconds, this is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
This month, back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Valley has helped with a number of errors along the way, but Pierre has certainly made their own breaks for much of this first set as well. Grace Hanton serving, and a hot shot for Abby Gruber. As they're able to put this one away. That was Jana James to Raya Sheely to Abby Gruber, who scores her 5th kill. And the Governor attempt to close out the first set. We'll have to wait a moment as Swenson will play up the Maya Van Westen serve. Now McGuire with the first touch. Here comes Stroh, but trying to come from a long ways away to catch up to the set attempt. And Stroh will come up short. Unable to time it. The Governors have game point now. 24-18. And a number of points to work with. Hadley Hart serving for game number 1. Played up by Van Westen to McGuire, who's doing the setting now for the Governors, although the Govs will block it back. Somuk didn't get much on it, was blocked herself. Now Bauer off the net. JC's had a big first set, but couldn't get this one to go. Fullerton, Browers, pushes back. Here's a tapper over the defense, and that'll go for Ashley Ertl. And the Lynx will stay alive for the time being, 24-19. Game point number 2 coming up, but the Governors will have to receive a serve instead. This is Sheely. A good athletic setter. Serves this one away. The Governors get a bump pass from Soma. Swing from Fullerton, but it's run down by the Lynx. Now it's free balled back. Hanton to Brewers. Fullerton with the swinging kill. And the Governors will finish off game number 1 on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. It's 25-19. The Governors will take the first set here on the road at Brandon in their first match in 2 weeks. So far, so good. It's 1-0 Govs with a 25-19 win on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll pause for 2 minutes, come back, and we'll go to game number 2 as the Governors are on. Your River 92.7, your official home of the Governors, and drgnews.com.
Calendar. It's their kids coloring contest. If your kid is 6 to 12 years old, they can color the page on the calendar and bring it in to your local Grosenberg location, where their staff will judge, and your kid could win a $100 gift certificate for John Deere merchandise. See any of their 9 Grosenberg locations and get your kid what they want most: $100 in John Deere merchandise with their coloring contest only at Grosenberg Implement.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
6 points and winning that first set by 6. It's 25-19 as Pierce strikes first. Both teams with 10 kills, but for the Governors, J.C. Bauer unofficially with 7 of those 10 kills. The Govs with a couple of blocks and 1 service ace. Brandon Valley was led by Abby Gruber, the 5'10 junior, with 5 of their 10 kills. They get 1 block point, but 3 aces. But again, the Lynx with unofficially 11 hitting errors in that first set. The Governors with only 2. Govs had 3 service errors compared to 1 for Brandon Valley, but overall it was the error stat that was the deciding factor in a 25-19 win for the Governors in game number 1. As we get set to go to the second set, Governors will set their rotation coming up here. Once again, if you're watching, you can watch drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page, or the DRG News smartphone app. Both teams wearing black today. The Governors are hitting from far court to near. First match of the second half of a 20-match season for the Govs. Brandon Valley is playing their 15th match of the season. May have played a tournament in there at some point, but they've been playing an awful lot of volleyball compared to the Govs. Of course, the Govs haven't played in the last 2 weeks. Comtech first serve goes from Logan McGuire into Brandon Valley Lynx. The Governors set it right up to their hot hand, J.C. Bauer, who swings and scores from the middle. through the Lynx block, and it's down, and Pierre starts with a 1-0 lead. Campbell Cronin checking in. Grace Hanton out of the back row. Savannah Fullerton rotating back. And a good serve that's played up by Maya Van Westen. The Lynx get it out to the outside, but swinging and missing long is Logan Torgrud. So the Govs have the first 2 so far of game number 2. Far court to near. Fullerton with a good running, swinging serve. A good play up though this time by Van Westen. Now the Lynx will get one outside left off of the Governor block, and once again it's their hot hand, Abby Gruber, who stays hot. Govs had a block on that one, but it went upward and outward. And the Governors scored the first 2 in that second set. Lynx served this one away. Good swing out on the left side, but Pierre is defended, and now there's miscommunication. And it is a middle push, this time apparently by Gruber, judging by the reactions on the floor. And Brandon Valley will get one back. Pierre just didn't expect that one to come their direction. Gruber got one into the seam. Here's Sloan Waldron playing up the next serve. And a push from the middle, good by Ellie Browers. Saw a spot, catches the Lynx off guard. 2 for the Govs, 2 for the Lynx. Now a side out back to Pierre, and they got the 3-2 lead. Bowers out of the front row in place of Ava Swenson. Hadley Hart out of the back row, replaced by Kira Gossman up front for Pierre. And the set this time, a rare miss by Sheely, as this one will rattle the antenna out on the left side. Another error this time, less on the effort, more a mechanical issue for Brandon Valley. Wire running down the pass this time, but Jayana Stroh is dug out by the Governors. Now a sharp angle shot for Gossman is dug out. Here are the Governors with a block. Campbell Cronin had the block, but it's Raya Sheely swinging with the left hand, and she gets it to go. They want to use Sheely a little more with her leaping ability on the attack. And that is why they get the freshman McGuire in there to do some setting as well. Now Gruber serves, but this one misses long. And the serve comes right back to the Governors in a 5-3 lead. Soma checking in up front for the Governors. Here's Browers to serve, but Ellie will come up a little bit short, so a service error for Brandon Valley. And the return of the favor there for Browers makes it 5-4. Second set. Sheely, the junior setter now, serving for Brandon Valley as she comes with it on the run. Hanton plays it up. Browers had to run it down, then pushed away by Soma to Brandon Valley. Ashley Ertl is dug up, and then up front it goes to Addie Soma, who puts a two-hander home. Soma's first kill of the afternoon, along with a service ace. The Governors maintain the lead. It's a 6-4 advantage. Second set, Hanton will rotate to serve this time. Govs have changed a few things so far. Lineup-wise, Campbell Cronin is still playing through the front row, but she's not getting the serves as of yet. There's a good job by Grace Hanton plus Savannah Fullerton, I believe, who gets a tapper over. Hanton had a good diving dig. Was that Fullerton or Soma who got the tap across? At any rate, it's 7-4 Govs in the second set. Feet on the floor mostly, but Kennedy Boomsma gets a good swing past the Governor front line, or defense this time. Kennedy Boomsma scores her first kill. This is a talented 6-foot sophomore, but that's just her first point of the day. And Pierre leads 7-5. Serving this time, Alexis Vanderham, defensive specialist. Set goes wide for the Govs, with a good job by Fullerton to keep it back in play. Now a Soma block. Brandon Valley maintains the possession, and Boomsma will get one to the back end line. At first, that one looked like it was going to go long, but a little top spin, and Kennedy Boomsma gets 2 in a row. That one ending right on the back line, according to Robert Hirsch, the line judge. Pierre returns the next serve over to Brandon Valley. Boomsma swings again, but Browers will dig this one up high into the ceiling area. Soma taps it back. Now Boomsma tries again, and that one at the feet of the line judge. Fair. Kennedy Boomsma has suddenly arrived for Brandon Valley, and a 7-4 lead has been erased. As Brandon Valley ties it up, now 7-7. Vanderham again, but this one will sail long. Now back to Pierre to serve with an 8-7 lead. Swenson out, Gossman out. Hadley Hart will take the place in the back row. J.C. Bauer, who's had a great match so far, is back in up front. Hart serves, this one goes long. Brandon Valley with a couple of service errors in this second set. Both times, Pierre has returned the favor. And we are tied at 8-8. Swinging away this time is Maya Van Westen. Pierre doesn't get in system on the return. Brandon Valley does on their next effort. Gianna Stroh. Nope, that's Gruber again, number 3, Abby Gruber. Brandon Valley, believe it or not, has their first lead of this match. It's 9-8. We're in the second set. Short serve by Van Westen on the dive. It's returned by Grace Hanton all the way over. Couple of reflexes, the Govs get it back. Now Boomsma's on the run against Bauer, and this one is blocked straight down. Kennedy Boomsma scores her 4th kill of this game and 4th in the match. Now 10-8 Brandon Valley. They've got this run going on 3 in a row, as Van Westen will bring it again. Govs went to the floor to return that one. Swinging away was Bauer, but that's dug out. Now Boomsma again, but this one much too long. And Pierre will collect a side out. Lynx with that 10-8 lead, but that was, again, the first time they've led in either of our first 2 sets. Pierre was wire to wire in that first one. Hot shot coming back here. Gruber, though, dug up close to the net. Soma keeps it alive. It ends up going across. That was a pretty good effort, though. And here as Gruber ranges to the right side, it looks like Pierre and Hadley Hart ducked underneath that one, but that one is fair by plenty. Gruber has 9 kills in this match now. Side out back to Brandon Valley. The rotation brings Kennedy Boomsma out. Logan McGuire back in. And McGuire will serve with an 11-9 lead. Governors get the return, but Bauer just misses it. 9 or 10 inches long on that one. First hitting error for Pierre, and the Govs will take their first time out here in set number 2. Brandon Valley 12, the Governors 9. Pierre up 1 set, however. As we'll take a 30-second break, brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. We're back with more Governor Volleyball.
Need for high-quality replacement auto parts? Look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy. To the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Wasn't much on that last one for the Govs. They trail 12-10, but they have the serve back. Brandon Valley coming up, and again, hang time on the swing. It may have been Sheely who gets this one to go. Sheely, a left-handed swinger. I thought that one came with the right hand, but it is into a pure block and straight down, and Brandon Valley leads by 3 again. Next time up, a swing from the back row, but Sloan Waldron will be long on this one. Governors with error number 2, matching their total on the floor and in the entire first set. Jana James serving. Waldron, it stays in the back row to Hart. Here does get a little bit of an attack on it, but coming back with it, Gruber once again. Hang time, Gruber, little tap. Here unable to defend it with that block touch. Right up front now, Brandon Valley leads 15-10 here in the second. Waldron, good pass this time to Browers, but Bauer had to redirect and adjust. Brandon Valley thinks there's a tip, and they may have sold it, apparently. Everybody on the Lynx side thought there was a touch by the Governors. Gruber is going to score. I'm not so sure that I saw that, but it was a concerted effort here. Hanton misses the serve on the return, and that'll turn into an ace for Jana James. Little handcuff to Grace Hanton that time. She'll step in and take this one with a good pass up, and the Governors do the job this time. It was Hanton to Browers to Campbell Cronin, who gets up high in the middle and angles it down to her right, our left. That run ran 5 strong, I should say, to a 7-point Brandon Valley lead, 17-10. So Pierre's got some work to do now, trailing 11, serving 17. And it's taking a while to get the ball to the server, Ava Swenson. Here comes Ava's effort. Played up by Van Weston. Brandon Valley on the run. They get it to Stroh, and Pierre trying to keep it alive after that first touch. They sent it the other way, and Stroh will pick up a kill here. Her first of the second set. Third in the match, 18-11. Brandon Valley comfortably in front so far here in the second set, even though they didn't have a lead until 9-8. Gruber serving. Hanton high up on the return this time. Browers set and a sharp angle return back by Gossman. That was a good effort for Kira. Hanton will get another dig, and then Gossman out on the left side scores. When I say the Pierre left side, that is our right from the angle that we have this one on the end of the court. Kira Gossman picking up her second kill. One and done for the Lynx this time. Here back within 6 on a Brewers serve. Coming back with it, Ashley Ertl will swing and score for the Lynx. Brandon Valley doing a better job at controlling and minimizing the Governor's service rallies. Pierre did a good job at that very same thing in the first set, holding Brandon Valley to a lot of one and dones. Now it's Pierre unable to get much in the service rally game. Soma clears one out. Feet on the floor. Now a Hanton dig. Goes back to Brandon Valley. Here's Boomsma swinging again, and Pierre can't keep that one in play. Kennedy Boomsma was quiet in set number 1. She's got 5 in the second set. The Lynx lead is 8 now. It's 20-12. Carrie Wheelhouse will take her second time out here in game number 2. Pierre up a set, but trailing 20-12. This timeout brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling. Grab your favorite Coke product and be back in 30 seconds for more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Both going to be hosting first round playoff matchups The pairings are not official yet, according to the South Dakota High School Activities Association, but the Governor girls are a 3rd seed right now, and if things hold up, they would host, I think, Sioux Falls, Washington. Nope, take that back. Let's look down at the number 14 spot. That would be Aberdeen Central. And then the Governor boys, we'll talk about them in just a little bit, but we're back at it out of the Coca-Cola timeout. Brandon Valley defending the Governors, but they work it out to Kennedy Boomsma, and Boomsma will miss an effort on the right side. Missing it wide. The Governors a 7 seed. The Governor boys 9-3-2 on the season would host number 10 Spearfish. There's one match between Sturgis and Douglas that is still being played today. So they may have to just make sure that things don't change after that one yet. That's Governor's soccer. A pair of playoff games, first round, coming up at the PILC soccer fields on Tuesday. Back and forth, Pierre and Brandon Valley on this particular point. Governors trailing by 7. Here comes Boomsma right side to end that rally. And Pierre once again held to a one and done. But that's a good long volley finished off this time by Brandon Valley. And the Lynx will have the serve, leading by 8 with 4 to go as they try to even this match up. Pierre won the first one 25-19. Serving this time is Vanderham. Swing from the left side for the Govs. It's Fullerton, but this one will miss long. And again, an error for Pierre. They haven't had a lot of those today. But this one comes at a tough time. It's 22-13. And on the move, Gossman somehow kept alive by Sheely and company. Brandon Valley swings it away. Now a chance for Soma, but that one blocked right back. Now Browers has to push it back this way. Pass up to Sheely this time, and through the block. That is down for Ashley Ertl. Good movement on the part of the Brandon Valley offense. That time starting with a good first pass by Maya Van Westen. 23-13. The Lynx comfortably in front here in game 2. The Governors scramble, but a good return by Fullerton. Here's Stroh swinging and scoring for Brandon Valley, and they've got game point. That is not Stroh, that is Torgrud. 4 and 9 look awful similar on the backs of these two players. Logan Torgrud, a former Pierre Middle School player, scores her first of the day. Here's a miss by Swenson in the net, and a 4th error of the set will be the final point for Brandon Valley in game number 2, as we are now tied at a set apiece. Brandon Valley 25 and the Governors 13 on the scoreboard. It is brought to you by Gale's Gas Service in Pierre. We're at a set apiece. Pierre 1, Brandon Valley 1. We pause for 2 minutes in game number 3. Coming up next, you're listening to Governor Volleyball and your official home of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Titan Machinery is actively hiring service technicians to our Case IH team in Highmore, Miller, and Pierre. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make upwards of 6 figures. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single health care, and a generous tool allowance. For more information, log into titanmachinery.com/careers or contact Titan Machinery, your Case IH dealer, at 701-356-0130.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods, such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Dano's Marine in Fort Pierre is your one-stop shop for all things boats and watercraft. They are your local Vexus and Alumacraft boat dealer, some of the best boats on the water. Dano's also offers a full line of services to maintain your boat out of the water so you can enjoy more time on the water. Their certified technicians proudly service Yamaha, Mercury, and Evergreen motors. Stop in today to visit about your next watercraft. Dano's Marine, proud sponsor of Pierre and Fort Pierre athletics and events. Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Run. The Lynx even scoring the last 5 points of that second game to win it going away. Now we'll see if the momentum stays on the Brandon Valley side or if the Governors can find a way to get it back. The Lynx outkilled the Governors 18-6 unofficially in that second game. So obviously the offense picked things up. Governor offense was pretty good and got a lot of help from the Brandon Valley errors in that first game. Here we'll have to try to make more of their own breaks this time as we go to game number 3. And your Comtech opening serve put in play by Addison Soma. Brandon Valley swinging right side. As Logan Torgrud is defended, Pierce scrambles but free balls it back. Now on the move is Abby Gruber. Nice back set by Logan McGuire. And Gruber, who has 12 kills now unofficially in this match with their the first one here in game number 3. Certainly the hot hand. Brandon Valley strikes first in the third set. Torgrud checking out in place of her, and back into serve is Jana James. Brandon Valley setting up outside here for Jayana Stroh, and this one scores. The Lynx certainly look like a better and a different ball club right now. Through that second half of the second set and early in the first 2 points of the third game here than what we saw in that first game. Hadley Hart calls one off, clears it from the back row, and here's Gruber. Power tap, and boy, I tell you what, out in Rapid City, that's called a catch and a throw. Here in the Metro, that'll play, and Gruber gets one to go on a nice redirect. 3-0 our score. Hart plays the next serve from James up. Ellie Browers gets a little bit cautious on the next one, and she wanted to just put that power, or that two-hand push across, barely. But it does miss. It stays low and in the net, and the Lynx have the first 4 till now as the Governors get this one from the middle. J.C. Bauer, who had 7 kills in the first set, only 1 in the second. In fact, the 6 kills that Pierre had all came from 6 individuals. So Brandon Valley with the first 4. Savannah Fullerton in a 4-1 deficit, but Gruber comes right back and scores again for the Lynx. And again, Pierre struggling to find their rhythm once they have the serve through that second game, and so far in their first opportunity with a serve in the third set. Van Weston sends it the other way in serve for the Lynx. Here is Bauer swinging, but that one, I believe, stayed a little bit low. Doesn't clear the net. No, they call that one a block. So Gruber was in on that one. I'm only going on what the scoreboard was flashing. 6-1. On the move is Campbell Cronin, who's been much too quiet today as far as the Govs are concerned. Here's a tip and another swinging kill for Jayana Stroh. That one was touched by the Govs at the net. 7-1, Brandon Valley. Once again, the last 5 of that second game scored by Brandon Valley. They got the first 4 of this third game. And the Govs miss here. Cronin missing long. Another one to the Lynx as they've scored 8 out of 9 to start the third set. You just see it a little bit. Too much Too much chaos for the Govs. People running in spots they really don't want to be running to. Bauer is defended with a dig by Van Weston. The Governors will dig up a Brandon Valley attack. Now they get it set up outside to Bauer, and that one's off the block and out of bounds. J.C. Bauer scores another. 4 for the Lynx. A side out to the Govs. Another 4 to the Lynx to go up 8-1. Now side out to Pierre. 2 serving 8. Ava Swenson on to serve. And Weston plays that one. McGuire, the freshman setter, and this one is ruled not having cleared the net by Julie Ortman on the ladder. A miss for the Lynx. They had 11 errors in the first game, 5 in the second, so they cut that in half. It's their first one here in the third as Swenson serves. Brandon Valley ducks underneath it. Van Weston makes the right choice, and that one just misses long. 6 serving errors for the Govs so far. They trail here in the third, 9-3. Raya Sheely to do the honors. She'll go down the right sideline. Well played by the Govs, though, and they get a swing out, but in battle at the net. Gruber's asking for she's asking for kind of an over the net violation on Campbell Cronin. She's not going to get it, and in the process of asking basically for a point, I think the rest of the Brandon Valley team kind of shut down, and well, they let the ball fall, and Campbell Cronin, we're going to give her a block point. However, the Governors miss one in serve. Once again, not helping their cause. And we'll update the score to 10-4. Stroh checking out for Brandon Valley. This is Alexis Vanderham, the junior into serve. She starts in the middle, goes left side to Ava Swenson. Pass was up there, but the set and the attack not there for Pierre. It was cleared out by Gossman. Now Ashley Ertl in the middle. Through the Governor block and down for kill number 5. 11-4 Brandon Valley. One of the things I talked with Coach Grage about in the pregame was basically just how Brandon Valley has really shown some good things throughout the course of this season. Their record doesn't show it. They're 5-9. They'll miss one at the net here from Boomsma. You know, and again, as I've been kind of away for a couple of weeks, obviously have been off the grid across the pond. I haven't really kept up, but I was surprised to see Brandon Valley's 5-9, but the teams they've been playing, certainly upper echelon teams. Fullerton with a swing here. Nice, quick dig that time by Raya Sheely. Here we'll have another chance. Soma takes the swing. That one is one hand dug up by Vanderham. Now Boomsma into a Grace Hanton dig. Hanton covering up the block by Boomsma on the swing by Kira Gossman. Gossman gets it back, but this is dug for the Lynx. And Hanton has this one hook away from her and can't keep it in play. Kennedy Boomsma will score her 7th kill. Just finishing off that last point, Brandon Valley 5-9, and sure, they've had some problems with the errors, but as Coach Grage said, they're a pretty good offensive team when they're on, and I think the last 2/3 of that second set, and certainly so far here in game number 3, they have been on. And here they get an ace as Ava Swenson's pass up to the front was not played by anybody else. Second ace for Vanderham today, 13-5. We're in the third. And this is the 4th serve in a row. Actually, that is another one that goes to, I was thinking it was Vanderham, but it's Ashley Ertl, who now has 2 in a row. 14-5. Brandon Valley really on cruise control right now, and Pierre struggling to get out of their own way. Played up by Browers. Soma puts the second touch across. Soma gets one back. Will push the set out to Gossman. That's blocked. Pierre covers it up. Then pushed by Browers. And Ellie is going to get this one to go as Boomsma reached up. Put it up in the air just momentarily, but unable to make another play or the Lynx. The Governors will get a side-out point. But they trail 14-6 here, game number 3. Pierre won the first set, wire to wire, 25-19. Dropped the second one, 13-25. Hadley Hart serving, and Hadley goes long. Once again, the Govs are having a few issues in serve now. They haven't had a lot of service errors, it seems, but then you look at it, and they've gone 3-2 and now 3 so far in the third. That's 8 total, and that does seem like a bit of a larger number than you want at the end of what right now is a 2.5 set match. 15-6, Brandon Valley. They dig Pierre up, and they get one outside to Raya Sheely, who will swing and score. Brandon Valley has 5 different people in the kill column so far here in game number 3, and it's 16-6. Service point there for the Lynx. They'll give one back here as Logan McGuire with a miss. That's only the 4th service error for Brandon Valley. 7 serving 16. Pierre will rotate. Addie Soma to the back row. Her turn to serve. That one's got some good knuckle action on it, but it is played up by the Lynx. Soma will dig. The return by Gruber. And not the second one. And Gruber's asking for the touch, and Randy Bosch on the far side says there was one. I thought there was this time. Abby Gruber will score another. Gruber has been hot all afternoon long in the kill column. 15 kills, an average of 5 a set so far. 17-7. The Lynx will serve again. That's Jana James down below. Hatton will play it up to Sloan Waldron. J.C. Bauer is blocked and is called for a lift, trying to keep it alive. So Gruber gets a block point this time, her second of this set, and the match. Time for a timeout for the Pierre Governors, who are struggling to get balls to fall right now. 18-7, Brandon Valley in the third. This match tied still at a set apiece. We're back in 30 seconds. This is a Coca-Cola timeout. This is Governor Volleyball.
Oh, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
For over 70
Welcome back
years.
to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Effort to try to keep it in play, but unable to do so. The Govs trail by 12 now, 19-7. Next one played up by Hadley Hart. Here's Fullerton. Big swing this time, but Brandon Valley digs that out. And a good block presence up there, too. Sloan Waldron leaves one for Browers, and this is a miss for Pierre. An effort error that time for the Governors, but they've got to get on top of their swings, and they're not doing that right now. Trailing 20-7. A push back here for Browers, blocked, and then pushed back by Brandon Valley. Then Browers pushes it again. Over to Brandon, and this one right through the double block for Abby Gruber. It's another swinging kill. 21-7, Brandon Valley impressing, and they're on another 5-point run. Hadley Hart kept one alive, then Waldron to a Hanton push away. Here having trouble getting in system. Fullerton able to get up and swing this time, though, and that is down for a kill. Savannah Fullerton with her third scoring points, 21-8. Governors with a long way to go. Here in the third set, the winner of this game will go up 2-1. Fullerton back to serve. That one running deep, but Brandon Valley plays it up. Jana James up to the setter, out to the swinger. Jayana Stroh dug out. Pierre with feet on the floor. And a clear away by Bauer. Now one close to the net. Brandon Valley not in system. Governors couldn't take advantage. Campbell Cronin couldn't get one to go. Stroh dug up by Waldron. Now the second touch. The hook is over and down for Ellie Browers. Good look that time by Browers. Here with a service point, which is rare in this third game. It's 21-9. Fullerton will serve it again. And Brandon Valley screams the out call, and they are correct. 22-9. Abby Gruber out of the front line, replaced by libero Maya Van Westen. She's on to serve. Sloan Waldron plays up the serve. Cleared out by Bauer. Brandon Valley in system, and they set it up for Jayana Stroh, who swings and scores. 6 kills for the 4-time state high jump champion, who's still only a junior. She won that event as a 7th grader, then as an 8th grader, then as a freshman, and last year clearing 5 feet 6 inches. And here's Cronin coming with it, and the Governors just have not gotten their top player in the swing of things, literally or figuratively, in this one yet. First time the Govs have had as many as 5 errors in a set. 24-9, it's set point for Brandon Valley. And this will be the finishing hit as the Govs miss one more time, a miss for Bauer. 25-9. Brandon Valley takes the game, and they take a 2-1 lead, all on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, sponsored by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. 2-1 it is. We're 3 down, at least one more set to go. Let's call it halftime. Halftime in River 92.7 broadcast is sponsored by Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial on East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. We're back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitts Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Knowles wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
5-9 most recently in the third set. Brandon Valley with an 11-5 advantage in the kill column in that third game, but the Governors just could not get much of anything going offensively. They did commit 5 errors plus 3, make it 6 errors on the floor plus 3 in serve, and sure, that helped Brandon Valley's cause, but the high-flying Brandon Valley Lynx, who've got great leaping ability, are really getting themselves in a good rhythm, and here they'll start with a service ace. There's 2 Governors in the back row. Collided, Sloan Waldron, Hadley Hart. Both kind of negating an opportunity to make a play, and a service ace for Logan McGuire to start game 4. Brandon Valley striking first. Hadley Hart with a good clear away. Nice hit on that one, but a good job by Gianna Stroh running it down, and here's Sheely threading the needle on the block, and as soon as she did that, in celebration, Abby Gruber, who is just surprised, just gives her a 2-hand shove on the shoulders and about gave Sheely a little bit of whiplash, it looked like. That was, that's a hard, a rough way to celebrate with your teammate there. 2-0 as Bauer will swing but miss on the right side. The swinger's got to keep on swinging, and that's where J.C. Bauer is right now, but after picking up 7 kills in the first set, Bauer's starting to struggle a little bit. Governor frustration level starting to grow a little too much as well. Here's Bauer sending one back. No system there for the Governors. Brandon Valley will get one to Gruber out on the right side on the run, but nothing doing here. Brewers on a push away. Now a chance outside for Logan Torgrud, the sophomore, who will score her 3rd kill of the afternoon, and Brandon Valley starts with the first 4 in the 4th set. They had the first 4 of the 3rd set. And they had a number of big service rallies in that 3rd game. And here, McGuire with a miss will give the Governors side out. 1 serving 4, and again, the Govs will be looking for offense. Bauer's out of the front line. Ava Swenson will check back in. Kira Gossman is back in up front for the Governors as well. As Swenson brings it far court to near. Brandon Valley with Sheely, no availability to get that one across the net. The Governors will take a Lynx error and turn it into a service point. 4-2. Swenson, far court to near. Governors staying on that far end of the floor from where we're at. Here's the return of serve back to the net, and an easy put away for Kira Gossman. Governors haven't been given too many gifts on a silver platter like that one. Gossman didn't lock and load, she just put the 2 hands up. Got a little redirect down in the middle. Here with a block touch, but it's Sheely with another point as Pierre is unable to make the play. Raya Sheely, I really thought last year when Sheely was doing pretty much all of the setting for Brandon Valley, I thought she was going to turn into one real good setter. Not that she isn't still, but Brandon Valley realizing she's got other offensive abilities as well, and they're using her more as a hitter now that Logan McGuire, the freshman, is up, getting more varsity action. Here's Jayana Stroh swinging left side, and she'll hook that one out of the reach of the diving Grace Hanton. Stroh, just a few at a time here, but she has 7 kills to help the Brandon Valley attack. Abby Gruber with 16 to lead all scorers. 6-3 Lynx. We're in the 3rd. No system for the Governors on the return of serve. Brandon Valley will have the chance as McGuire sets up outside to Gruber. And Abby Gruber pulls the string and taps it over the block, and that one will find its way down. Gruber's first kill of the 4th set. 7-3, another 3 in a row for Brandon Valley after Pierre had scored 3 straight. Brandon Valley got the serve right back to him. Here's Waldron. Quick set from Brewers, and then Cronin defended. Sheely swings again and scores again. And Raya Sheely proving to Brandon Valley fans and their opponents that this is a well-rounded group. 8-3 Lynx Pair of 4-point rallies now for Brandon Valley. Cronin gets up high but has to punch it across. The Lynx take advantage. 1, 2, 3, no good. Stroh scores again. And everything Brandon Valley is scoring right now is all in the kill department, it seems. The Governors just haven't been able to do that. We talk about the inefficiency of the offense on the Pierce side. Hatton returns the serve, then pushed away by Browers, and this one works to the Governors' advantage. Ellie Browers with her 4th kill of the afternoon. It's 4, serving 9 coming up. But these service rallies are growing much too big. Too many crooked numbers in serve for the Lynx as far as the Governors are concerned. Carrie Wheelhouse will shake things up. She'll bring Browers out. Molly Olson, the sophomore, will serve for the first time today, but Brandon Valley takes that, and they set up Jayana Stroh. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were just watching, you just saw a 4-time state high jump champion get up about as high as you can and slam one home. From the Governor block, it went straight down. The Govs were there, but Stroh had a great angle straight down. And now Abby Gruber will pick up an ace as the Governors struggle to return this one. 11-4 our score. Just an impressive leaping ability by Stroh on that previous point, though. Gruber again. Hatton back to the net, and it's Sheely waiting to put it away. Some of the struggles the Govs are seeing right now, starting to, over the course of the season, starting to rear their ugly heads once again in a matter of speaking. Brandon Valley up 12-4. Timeout called by the Govs. We're in game 4. Pierre trailing 2-1. This is a Coca-Cola timeout. We'll take a break and be back in 30 seconds with more Governor Volleyball.
Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
She and Raya Sheely both have 4 kills so far in this 4th set alone. 13-4. The Lynx will continue to roll with Abby Gruber in serve. Molly Olson setting one up, but on the run, just a bump for Campbell Cronin across. And Brandon Valley's bump pass trying to lead Stroh. And she is not able to get there in time. This will be a hitting error for Brandon Valley and a side out back to Pierre. 3 service runs for Brandon Valley have gone 4 points, 5 points, and 4 points so far, though, here in the 4th set. And there's Stroh, who comes with that hot shot again, and Grace Hatton just got put on her back. And Hatton bounces up. She's got a smile on her face. I think that's a lot of respect from Grace Hatton there, and a little tip of the cap to a hot shot from Gianna Stroh, but it's just almost undefendable on that one. Here's Sheely serving, but this one will go a little bit long. And Pierre will get another side out. But they trail by 8. 6 serving 14. Hadley Hart on to serve. Gossman out of the front row. Swenson out of the back row. J.C. Bauer in up front for Pierre once again. It's a good angle serve for Hadley Hart. Pierre defends on the first push. And we've got a whistle. And the 2-hand across by the Governors. I believe that was Soma maybe. but it is ruled as a double hit. Right in front of the ladder official. Tough break for the Govs. First error of the fourth set for Pierre. That ball would have been a Pierre point, but it was ruled as non-simultaneous touch. 15-6. Brandon Valley, this is Vanderham serving. Hart will play it up here with a two-hand tap from Fullerton to get it out of there. Now Kennedy Boomsma, I haven't heard from her in a while, although she was a big presence in the second set. Boomsma in on a block along with Ashley Ertl. Ertl getting set back up, but she'll be dug out, and a good job there, and the Governors come back to J.C. Bauer off the block and over to the scorer's table out of bounds. So Bauer scoring. That is her second in this fourth set. There's Pierre will see if they can get into comeback mode again. 15-7, Brandon Valley. They've got 10 points to go yet in this one, but if they win this set, they win this match, and they break a losing skid of their own. Here defending. Bauer feet on the floor, gets one away. Now Torgrud swings and scores. Brewers trying to block, but Logan Torgrud with a great leaping ability. Mentioned a few times today, Torgrud grew up in Pierre, played middle school volleyball. Her mother, Brianna, was a heck of an athlete in high school and college. Daddy Joel, well, he's a decent softball player. We actually played a little ball together. Would have been fun to have them playing some volleyball in Pierre, but here we are, moving on. 16-7, and Savannah Fullerton gets one out of the reach of Alexis Vanderham to the back row, and Fullerton will score. She has 4 kills, 1 in each game. As it turns out, I think Fullerton is one player I would really like to see on that Pierre side become more of a consistent offensive threat. Speaking of which, a service ace for Savannah. She gets one off the net. It'll crawl across and down. The Governors with their first ace in a while. In fact, that is just their second service ace all day long. And this one comes up a little bit short. 17-9 to update the score. Fullerton out, Hatton back in, the libero. Kennedy Boomsma out. Rotating back to serve and coming in is Logan McGuire, the freshman setter. Governors ranging in from the right side. J.C. Bauer unable to get one to go, and Pierre has to free ball one across. From Campbell Cronin, here up high as Abby Gruber. Took a full swing but mishit it just enough to get it to fall down into the Governor campfire. And a point to Brandon Valley makes it 18-9. McGuire in front of us, serving away, and this one ends up on the back end line between Hart and Waldron. And I think that was a classic example of the I got it, you take it game, or maybe they were both thinking this one would be out, but it was not. McGuire again to a 10-point lead. Waldron plays up a tough serve and a good pass this time. Governors get a good swing from Cronin, but Brandon Valley defends and returns. Cronin again. Second time the charm this time. And Campbell Cronin swings and scores. 19-10. It's just hard to imagine, though. We're in 4 sets now, and Campbell Cronin picked up only her 3rd kill of the afternoon. It's 19-10. The Governors have the serve. Ava Swenson to do the honors with the Lynx returning. Sheely through that block and down. Double block was there with Brewers and Cronin, but they deflected it away from Grace Hanton. Raya Sheely has 5 kills to go along with Jayana Stroh's 5 kills for Brandon Valley in this set, and they are 5 points rather away from finishing this match. 20-10, make it 21. A Stroh and Gruber double block this time. And it's 21-10. Brandon Valley Governors playing on a Saturday here. They've got Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday matches coming up in the week ahead. Here's Sheely, just roaming behind the block, and she's able to take a swing, I believe, on the second touch and get it to go. Governors had no idea that one was coming, even though they did get a hand on it. 22-10. Lynx, Brower, second touch, gets this one across, and it's down. Good play there by Ellie Browers. But again, 3 more in serve for Brandon Valley. Just too many crooked numbers in serve for the Governor opponent today. Molly Olson back on. Olson, the 5'6" sophomore, serving for the second time. This one has some knuckle action, but it's played up by Jana James. Clear away by Stroh. Hatton had the dig, but the Governor's backing away and nobody home for the second touch. Stroh will get another. 23-11, T-2 and counting for Brandon Valley. Gruber's serving, Hatton back over the net on the return. Pierre is able to defend the next one, then Bauer will miss on the cross-court effort. Feet on the floor. And we've got match point here for the Lynx. All Brandon Valley since about midway through that second set. Gruber serving for the match. Soma redirects the two-hander, and match point will have to wait as Addison Soma scores her second kill of the afternoon. Govs need a whole bunch now, though, trailing 12, serving 24. Lynx are 1 point away from breaking a 4-game slide in which they have lost 12 out of 13 sets. Hatton serving. Back row attack, but a miss this time by Jana James. They wanted to get their senior to get the clinching point, but it doesn't work this time. 24-13. Match point number 3 now for Brandon Valley. The serve from Hatton. James with a good pass to McGuire. Governor's block. The swing of Gianna Stroh, and Brandon Valley was unable to get one set up. Stroh had the block, but the second touch was close to the net. Brandon Valley couldn't keep it in play. A couple of errors by the Lynx, helping the Governors prolong the matter at the very least. 14 serving 24. Match point number 4. Stroh will miss this one. Brandon Valley says there was a Pierre touch. That was not apparent from the line judges or officials' viewpoints, or from the announcer's viewpoint either. 24-15, another opportunity. Sheely defended by the Govs. There's Olson back setting to Soma, and there's a whistle, and it is a Governor point. I thought, yep, Brandon Valley was in the net. I thought somebody was in the net, just didn't know who. But we'll give the point to Soma. Suddenly the Govs have run off 5 in a row. But again, they need a whole bunch yet. 16 serving 24. Hatton across. McGuire up in the air. Was going to leave that one. And a punch dig by Olson. That one might have gone long, but Raya Sheely will get the final point of Game 4. And a final point of the match. We're on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Brandon Valley spotted the Governors the first game of the day, but they came back and dominated Pierre after that. 25-16, the win in the fourth. Your 4-game victory. Winning scores for Brandon Valley: 19-25, 25-13, 25-9, 25-16. The Lynx break that 4-match losing skid, and they are now 6-9 on the season. The Governors will fall to 5-6. Playing well in this one, but off the get-go. But again, Brandon Valley just too much firepower in games 2, 3, and 4 in this one. That's your scoreboard. It's brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre, as we'll hit the postgame. A 3-minute timeout. Our postgame sponsored by Family Dental, with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. That's what we bring to you with a conversation with head coach Kerry Wheelhouse, we presume. Coming up, all the stats and the scores, your big plays of the game from Hermanson Endodontics, and your player of the game from Cowboy Country Stores, all a part of your family dental postgame in 3 minutes. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball, your official home of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
The team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg are devoted to spending time with each patient to answer all questions and address any concerns that arise. Family Dental wants all their current and future patients to feel welcome and comfortable and to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible. They can take care of all your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all your family's dental needs. Call Family Dental at 224-7774 today.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Century Business Products is a proud supporter of South Dakota High School athletics and proud to provide the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to schools and businesses in the area, all backed by their 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color costs? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio, Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Welcome back on a Saturday afternoon to Brandon as the Pierre Governors take to the court for the first time in 2 weeks. They looked pretty good in that first game, but Brandon Valley turned it on and turned it up after that. And they win games 2, 3, and 4. They win this match 3-1. Brian Oakland with a play-by-play. This is our Family Dental post game, but this is also Pierre Governor Volleyball.
KTFX-FM and K296FI Pierre. Stay alive. Don't text and drive.
Governors came out, scored the first 6 points of game number 1, and they certainly looked like a team that was itching to get back at it. After practicing well throughout the week, watching other teams playing an awful lot of volleyball, Brandon Valley playing their 3rd match of the week themselves. But as the Govs came out, they had the hot hand from J.C. Bauer, who scored 7 kills in the first set out of the 10 that the Governors had. Brandon Valley helped quite a bit with a number of errors. In fact, we had them at 11 on the floor, plus 1 serving error as well. But the Governors are, when things are going well, you're forcing your opponents to commit errors, and I think that was the case for Brandon Valley in that first set. Pierre took that help, and they won that first game 25-19. And so far at that point, and even into the second set, things were working out just fine for the Governors. They were able to maintain a lead. In fact, they had a 7-4 lead. Then Brandon Valley scored 3 in a row. The Govs get a side out. They led 18-7. Then Brandon Valley scored 3 to a Governor's side out. Brandon Valley scored a couple. The Governors get another side out. It was 12-10. And then Brandon Valley scores 5 in a row to go up 17-10. And they never looked back in that second set. But as it turned out, they never looked back the rest of the day. As they had something was clicking after that. They win that second set 25-13 to tie the match at a set apiece. And then in the third game, they score the first 4, yield a side out, scored another 4, and it was on and off to the races once again. Brandon Valley wins that third game 25-9. They scored 4 in a row to start the next one, the fourth game. And again, the service runs for the Lynx were just multiple points. They came in bunches for most of those last 3 games. And in fact, Brandon Valley led this thing by as much as 24-11 in that fourth set. The Governors scored 5 in a row, trying to fight off match points. And Brandon Valley finally got the last one to end the rally for Pierre, and they won it 25-16. So Brandon Valley, as Coach Moret Grage said in our Keys to Success, they're a pretty good offensive team when things are going well for them, and they certainly proved that. They proved that the errors were an issue at times. That's what Coach Grage also said. They're looking for consistency. They found it, though, and they were able to just keep the Governors scrambling and running all over the place all afternoon long after Pierre had won that first game of the day. So the Lynx win this one 3-1. And once again, breaking a 4-game losing streak, but the 4 teams that have beaten them all, very good teams in Sioux Falls Roosevelt, Sioux Falls Jefferson, Harrisburg. Obviously all 3 of those teams are top 5 teams. Aberdeen Central is great at times, and they were pretty good on Thursday night when they beat the Lynx in straight sets. But in this one, Brandon Valley just found a little bit out about themselves in coming from behind and defeating the Governors. But again, the 3-set wins they had, very convincing in this one. Take a look at the stats in the overall. Brandon Valley unofficially with 56 kills in the 4 sets. They'll be led by Abby Gruber with 17. Jayana Stroh had 12. Raya Sheely with 10. It was Stroh and Sheely leading the way in that 4th game, each with 6. In fact, I got Sheely with 7 kills in that 4th and final set. So 3 double-figure scorers for the Lynx. Ashley Ertl will finish with 5. Actually, Kennedy Boomsma with 7, but she had 6 in the second game. Then Ertl with 5. Logan Torgrud, the sophomore, off the bench with 4 kills for the Brandon Valley Lynx. 56 overall. The Governors, who had a great start with 10 kills in the first set, will finish with just 30. J.C. Bauer with 7 kills in game 1 finishes with 12 overall to lead the Govs. Next in line is Ellie Browers, the setter, with 5 kills. 4 for Savannah Fullerton, only 3 kills for Campbell Cronin today. Kira Gossman with 3, Addison Soma with 3. But I think the big number there is only 3 for Campbell Cronin. The Governors have gotten good things from CC all season long. And yes, they switched some things up here and there. We'll talk with Coach Wheelhouse maybe about what happened in how Brandon Valley was able to neutralize Campbell Cronin. But just wonder maybe if it just wasn't enough of a part of the offense in this one here today. And we'll find out a little bit more about that in just a little bit. But 56-30 in the kill column. Advantage Brandon Valley. The Governors, a pretty good blocking team register. Only 3 of those today. The Lynx with 4. And serving is all Brandon Valley. 9 aces for the Lynx compared to 2 for the Governors. The Governors with 9 serving errors. Even though that did improve in that 4th set. However, Brandon Valley with just 6 serving errors. Brandon Valley did have more hitting errors in this game, 23 to the Governors' 13. There's one good thing I would take out of this one. The Governors not committing a lot of errors. They did have 6 in the 3rd set, but only 13, an average of 3 per game. I think you can deal with that one and call that an improvement in the statistics for the Govs. But again, a 3-1 loss as Brandon Valley really impressive through games 2, 3, and 4 in this one. Big plays of the game and your player of the game still to come, but also a conversation with head coach Kerry Wheelhouse. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. We're back with more of our Family Dental postgame as you listen to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Are you looking to make a change? A career, not just a job. Beck Motor Company is seeking a dedicated and skilled general service technician to join our dynamic team. If you're passionate about automotive service and looking for a rewarding career, we want to hear from you. 2 to 4 years required minimum related experience and or training. Flag rate or hourly options available, 401k, free individual health insurance, paid leave, the company cabin in the Black Hills, on-site gym, and more. Contact Dave Lemieux at 605-224-5912 or stop by Beck Motors for more information.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotaststormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
The Governors this season, and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Back again here in our Family Dental postgame, talking with head coach Kerry Wheelhouse of the Pierre Governors off of a 4-set loss by the Govs, 3-1. Brandon Valley again surrendering the first game to the Govs 25-19, and we'll start by talking about that one, Coach. Obviously, I mean, you haven't played in a couple of weeks. You came out just looking like a new ball club, a rejuvenated ball club, and sure, Brandon Valley helped you with a number of errors, but I think you were inducing a lot of that as well. You really looked like something was working. You talked about some adjustments you've made, and everything seemed to be falling into place right off the bat here today.
Yeah, our girls were playing like we've seen them play this week, and know that they can play. I mean, that team that we saw in the first set is the team that I know, and I could put up against any team in the state. I know that they can play like that. And we're trying to figure out, between the first and second set what happened. Because we just kind of, as soon as we get behind, we kind of get in our heads, and then we play, maybe not to win, but to not lose, and get a little nervous that way. So we've got to figure out how to keep that ship righted and how to adjust when the other team adjusts. In that first set, we were almost getting a touch on almost every single hit with our blocks, and then our block completely went away. And so figuring out why we're not adjusting and why we can't adjust to that other team when they make those adjustments. So we just got to work a little harder on that. But yeah, that first set was amazing. That's exactly the team that we've been seeing, and how they, we've just got to figure out how, when the pressure's on, to not succumb to it.
Well, and the pressure came when Brandon Valley started, when they got their first lead in that second game. Suddenly their service rallies were coming in bunches. I mean, crooked numbers, 3, 4, 5 at a time. And obviously that's kind of where it's got to begin. You've got to return that serve better so that you can minimize the service rallies.
Yeah, make some of those adjustments and just know that we weren't moving our feet like we've been moving. And then we question. In that first set, none of our girls were questioning where they needed to be. They were just playing and they were going at it. Second, third, fourth set, we started questioning and we started thinking too much. So we need to be able to turn their thinking brain on or off and let their volleyball brain come back on. because that's what we saw in that first set is they were just going and they were just playing. They weren't worried about, oh, I didn't, I'm not in the right spot, or they're going to go cross court. I shouldn't be over here. I should be here. They just played.
Yeah.
And so we've got to work on getting that to be more of the thing we do versus then the thinking like we did in the second, third, and fourth set.
It's easy for me to stand up here and say this. I know we deal with high school girls. You talk about questioning what you're doing. To put it in a nutshell, everybody you're playing from here on out is a pretty good volleyball team. Don't question anything. It's all, and that's the thing about playing defense in volleyball. It's first all about instinct, and then kind of reacting along to that.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that we were seeing, in that second set, especially, the first set we just went, and then the second set you could see us go and then stop and then go again, which then puts us there too late. So trying to get them to just trust those instincts that they have, told them, go watch the film, go watch how you played in that first set, that you didn't question anything, there was no hesitation. And just letting them trust those instincts that they already have, because they do have good instincts. We see it in practice all the time. That first set is what we normally see in a practice and know that we can play that way, so we've got to just figure out how we can deal with the pressure a little more.
Right. So that first set, you had J.C. Bauer, kind of a hot hand, and you keep going to the hot hand. That's all part of the game. I was a little surprised, though, we didn't see a lot from Campbell Cronin offensively. Unfortunately, I mean, she's been probably the biggest offensive weapon you've had most of the season, but did Brandon Valley kind of take her out of the game, or was some of the things you changed around offensively kind of a product of that or a source of that?
I think it was a combination of our passes weren't getting to where we needed to, and then our sets were just a little off, especially on the rotation with Campbell in the front. So brought in Molly Olson to see if we could change up a little bit and maybe get some more solid sets with that. And that worked a little bit, but it's just, some days they have those off days. But, JC did a great job of adjusting everything, even when the ball's off. So we've just got to get a little more consistent with that kind of stuff and then giving those opportunities. We didn't set enough times to our middle. I even said after the third game, especially going into the fourth, I said we have to get our middles because right now we're going outside and back, and that's making it real easy for the blockers. We got to get them moving on defense and moving and, even those second balls and really respecting our setters and setter dumps and setter pushes and that kind of stuff, and we weren't doing enough of that. We started too late in the fourth set, and then, they really kind of, again, fired back up when it was 24-9, to 9, and then come back and...
Well, and there you go. We talk about how Brandon Valley... good teams, and this is a good team despite what their record says, but they can come at you with a lot of different weapons, and that's exactly what they did. They've got I've got them in 3 double-figure scorers, but 6 different overall, all with 4 or 5 or more, and I mean it's tough to face a team that has all those weapons, and again, that's the kind of thing you're going to be seeing for much of the rest of the year.
Well, and that's what we've done in the wins that we've had is you would see that it's more spread out throughout the different hitters. So tonight, it's kind of one-sided for us, when we weren't doing like we were supposed to. So hopefully we can get it spread out a little more.
All right, Huron is the next opportunity on Tuesday, and now you get going into a busy week ahead with Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Of course, you got Harrisburg looming, but I think in terms of a match that you've got to have, you certainly want to do the best that you absolutely can in that Huron match.
Yeah, in that Huron match, we can't fall asleep on either. We got to really make sure that we pay attention to that one.
So what challenges do they have? What have you seen from that team so far?
From that team, they're super scrappy.
Yeah,
always
they always are.
Yep, always have been, always will be. They'll eat apart your defense, or if they see a weak spot, say our server's serving and walks back on the court, they're going to put it right back to that ball or that spot. So we just got to really, for us, is not underestimate them.
Sure.
Let them go, into that like it's a Harrisburg game. So
yeah, it's a matchup that's usually about a 5-set match, it seems. So
yeah.
Coach, we'll see you Tuesday night.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Carrie Wheelhouse, the Governor head coach, as the Governors fall in 4 sets today. Big plays to help that happen for Brandon Valley along the way. Our big plays are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics. We'll hear from them. We'll touch on some reasons why Brandon Valley comes out on top here today. This is Governor Volleyball.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics, big plays of the game. In that first set, when things were going well for the Govs, there was a volley that went seemingly 3, 4, maybe even 5 minutes. I know 5 minutes seems like a stretch in the grand scheme of things, but a long volley late in that first game that was eventually won by the Govs, and I think that helped them along. And a lot of times those are the momentum swingers, if you will. And things stayed momentum-wise on the Governor's side of the court in that first game, but the momentum definitely swung. Whatever the reason, whatever the case, the Governors had a 7-4 lead early on in the second game, but then the last lead they had was 8-7, and I think that was the last lead they had at any point of a game today, as Brandon Valley scores 3 to go up 10-8. Pierre gets 1 to make it 10-9. Brandon Valley got a couple more to make it 12-10, then 12-9. Side out to Pierre is 12-10, but then 5 in a row for the Lynx made it 17-10, and that is where the recurring theme of the rest of the day came up. 5 in a row for Brandon Valley, and again, as we talked with the coach, it was 3, 4, 5-point rallies. Seemingly the rest of the afternoon, especially in that fourth game. Of course, Brandon Valley had an 18-5 run after they trailed 8-7 in that second game, and really after 7-4, you could look at it that way and say 21-6, Pierre got outscored the rest of the way. Then with 25-9 in the third, 24-11 at one point in the fourth set, but 25-16 the final score. It was just the service rallies that Brandon Valley was doing. And, of course, they're doing it with a good offense. They're getting in system a little bit better out of chaos, I think, is something we've talked about before as key to success. And Brandon Valley really did a great job at that today. And the Governors were just, even though they played well in that first game, but after a 2-week layoff, I think you can understand them being maybe a step or even a half a step too late on a lot of things today. It just seemed like that was the recurring theme, and that's the story of the day, the big plays of the game, sponsored by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. And with that, we offer up a player of the game brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. We'll go with the Lynx and the winning cause on this one today, but J.C. Bauer certainly gets a pat on the back with her 12-kill effort, 7 in the first set today. That's the scoring leader, but everybody else kind of back in the pack scoring-wise for the Governors offensively in this one, although some of the points there, it's still good to see good swings from Savannah Fullerton, from again, Ellie Browers with good court vision, picking up 5 kills along the way, but not enough for the Govs. So our player of the game after we hear from Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre.
Howdy, partners. Did you know that you can save up to 30 cents on a gallon of gas instantly when you use the Sinclair DinoPay app at all Cowboy Country Store locations? It's true, and it's fast, secure, and simple to use. Just go to your app store and download the green DinoPay app, follow the prompts, and save big money at the pump today.
Convenience from the country. Cowboy Country Stores.
Cowboy Country Stores, players of the game, and Brandon Valley spreading the wealth in this one in that kill column. We've talked about 3 double-figure scores. Raya Sheely does a lot of things for this team. 10 kills, 7 in the fourth set. Jayana Stroh with 12 kills, half of those coming in the fourth set. But throughout this game, Abby Gruber, the 5'10 junior, was the mark of consistency for Brandon Valley. 5 kills in the first, 6 in the second, 5 in the third. And then as the others were being given the volleyball in distribution in that fourth game, Abby Gruber held to just 2 in that fourth set, but she did have a service ace and a couple of block points today. Overall, 20 points for Abby Gruber, and she is today's player of the game, brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Your player of the game. Brandon Valley wins it. They're 6-9 on the season. They've got Yankton coming up on Thursday, and then matchups at O'Gorman. They've got a home-and-home trip with the Rapid City schools coming up in the next couple of weeks as well. But as for Pierre, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday matches will be up on the docket next. It'll be a matchup at Huron Tuesday at top seed and two-time defending champion Harrisburg on Thursday before hosting Aberdeen Central in their next home match 1 week from today. And that is set for 1:30 Central Time and a 1 o'clock pregame. But next volleyball broadcast, 7 o'clock here on River 92.7, 6:30 with a pregame from the Huron Arena. Hope you can join us for that. We do have to fit a couple of soccer games in there as well. The Governor boys and girls soccer teams will be playing 2 home matches. Girls against Aberdeen Central, it should be, I believe that's at 2 o'clock. And then the boys will play Spearfish in kind of a quick rolling schedule right after that, as darkness could become an issue, the PILC soccer field. So listen for Justin Cowart's sports reports and read drgnews.com, and the sports pages will give you the whole schedule on that. 2 soccer games and 1 volleyball match coming up on your official home of the Govs and DRG Media Group stations on Tuesday. I also want to say congrats to the Governor Boys golf team, as they have won the ESD tournament last Saturday, or actually a Monday, up in Aberdeen. The Governor's going to the state tournament now in Watertown. In fact, the team will be heading up to Watertown, playing a practice round tomorrow. State tournament play is Monday and Tuesday. So the Governors and that talented group of seniors that they've got, Sawyer Sonnenschein, who won the ESD, looking to maybe try to get out on top, see if the Governors can put a great state tournament run together from Watertown on Monday and Tuesday. Best of luck to Tiffany Benham's crew there. And then the Governor girls tennis team goes to the state A tennis matchup. That'll be in Rapid City on Monday and Tuesday as well. Quick check of other sports on the schedule. The competitive cheer and dance team is next in action on October 10th. That'll be Thursday in this week ahead with the Watertown invite. In fact, they'll come here to Brandon 1 week after that yet. And other sports you can find once again on drgnews.com. The Governor football team dropping 1 to O'Gorman last week. They head to Sturgis next Friday as well. So we've got 3 volleyball matches plus a football game at Sturgis, plus a couple of playoff soccer games, and maybe even more next Saturday as well. It's going to be a busy week in Governor sports in this week ahead. We thank our hosts today, Brandon Valley and Athletic Director Bill Freaking, for the hospitality. Also wishing the best for those on the road, including Governor volleyball fans and Governor sports fans. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being a part of a team, and they remind us all that buckling up is the best way to save a life in a crash. Do it for your friends and family. You've got someplace to be. That'll do it for our Governor Volleyball broadcast today. For William Wilson running the show in studio, for Caleb Brozick at side running camera, you can rewatch this match in its entirety at drgnews.com once we sign off. I'm Brian Oakland, back on it. But the Governors fall today. Your final score on the Gales Gas Service score. See you again Tuesday with a doubleheader soccer from the postseason and another Governor volleyball matchup from the Huron Arena. Until then, this has been a presentation of your official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.